8 years ago, almost 8 years ago, I got stopped in Colorado. And it was the middle of the night. One cop pulls me over, says I ran a red light. I didn't see any red light. So maybe I did, maybe I didn't. He makes us hang around, makes me and my friend hang around. And then another cop shows up, and this time with the drug dog. At the time I was pulling a trailer, and I had bought a bunch of stuff on the way up through thrift stores and whatever. And I was afraid maybe there were some drugs in some of that stuff I'd bought. But that dog went wild, looking all over the van, the trailer, looking all over my car, looking all over us. Nothing. Then out of nowhere, this second cop decides to give me a field sobriety test. He doesn't offer me a breathalyzer, doesn't offer me a blood test, decides to do a field sobriety test. Okay, well, I do this, I do that, then it comes time to stand on one leg. Stand on my right leg, no problem. When it comes time to stand on my left leg, I told him I can't do it. About 4 weeks ago, I had been on a senior hiking event, and I had slipped on a slippery rock, and it fractured my lower left leg in, believe it or not, 8 places. And it had an operation. They got rods and stuff in there. And I told him if I stand on that leg, I will fracture it again. He wrote me up for a DUI. Well, I researched a DUI in Colorado, and it's a nightmare. Number one, you're definitely going to jail, even though it's your first shot. And I never had one before, because I do not drink. I do not smoke cigarettes or do drugs. I'm just a boring geezer. So anyway, after the jail time, there's community service. There's Alcohol Anonymous. There's some kind of a panel. And then you got to deal with the DMV on top of it, even though my driver's license was not a Colorado license. So I finally decided to fight this thing and try to get my license reinstated. The reason is my mom's going to turn 100 at the end of May. Her and my dad traveled for 20 years out west, all the way up into BC and Vancouver Island. And he passed about 13 years ago. Mom wants to kind of relive their travels and visit some of the places they visited. It's the number one thing on her bucket list. Well, I had a little phone trial thing. It turned out to be just are you guilty or not? And I asked them to drop the charges. Well, the prosecuting person was very tough and said no. Well, I ended up having to get a lawyer. That's going to cost me $4,000 minimum. And I may have to go out to Colorado if it comes down to a trial. I will definitely have to go. So what I'm asking is help me. If you've ever had a DUI situation that you fought and you figured out a way to beat these jerks. Now in Garfield County where it happened, the conviction rate if you go to trial is 99%. Unbelievable. So if you got any insight, any ideas, any concepts of how to beat this thing, I am completely, totally innocent. No blood test, no breathalyzer. I can prove the rods in my legs. I can show them the scars. We can get some pictures. What do? I've got to get this thing behind me. I've got to squash this thing somehow so I can fulfill my mom's last bucket list wish, or at least the number one bucket wish list. Help me, help me, help me. Please give me some comments. Thank you.